Hello everyone, this is ACHAI Akaya, and we are on a 1v1 in the Wrath of the xel'naga tournament. This is currently still the round of 32, so we are still right at the beginning of the tournament here, and in this game we are going to be seeing bobshoemaker as the pink Protoss playing in the upper right here, and in the lower left we do have the orange Zerg Menion. So these guys are going to be facing off on the map Blistering Sands, and Menion actually picking my favorite race and my favorite color. I love playing as the orange Zerg. So I think I might have to root for this guy because, to be honest, I have not seen either of these guys play before, so I'm not sure who has the upper hand or what type of builds they typically do, since this is basically just a fan site tournament with all the people involved in the SC2 Armory. I'm not 100% sure what everybody does because, of course, most of the people that play on there are not pro gamers or anything like that. It's just people who actually enjoy following the game and everything. So actually a drone going out for Menion here pretty early. I'm not sure if he's going to try to do some kind of a fast expand, possibly just checking for proxy, although he didn't scout all the way up to that base. No, it looks like he is going to send that across the map, so he's going to be scouting with that drone. And at the same time, it looks like bobshoemaker does have a probe coming down into the base of Menion, so he will be aware of exactly what it is that Menion has going on. And Menion putting down his spawning pool on 13, it looks like, and back in the base of bobshoemaker, he does have his first gateway going down on the ramp there. If we take a look at the income tab now, both players still pretty even, although it looks like there is a one probe advantage for bobshoemaker at this point. So that is going to give him a slight economic advantage on the minerals, although not super important at this point in the game. Looking at the units overlay here, we can see that the probe and drone count there, and only 2 overlords here, so not a whole lot going on as of yet. Obviously that spawning pool is going to be finishing up here shortly, and we will see exactly how this game is going to progress. What a lot of Zerg players like to do in these Zerg versus Terran and Zerg versus Protoss matchups is they will take a fast expansion at their natural here, and then when you have the speed upgraded Zerglings, you can really get a lot of map control because those Zerglings are so fast. They're basically the fastest unit in the game, especially early on, with that speed upgrade, so you can really cover a lot of ground in a very, very short period of time, so you can defend your main and your natural expansion with very little effort because of how quick they are. Although it does look like we are going to see a roach warren from Menion, so he is going to be getting roaches out, and I don't think that bobshoemaker has yet scouted this. He does have his cybernetics core going up and his second gateway finishing right now, so it looks like he might be shaping up to do some kind of a 4-gate push here in a little bit. Doing the double gate into cyber core is a pretty standard indication that that is exactly what Protoss player is going to do, but we'll see exactly how that plays out. Actually, it looks like bobshoemaker did just scout that roach warren. He just ran right by the mineral line there, so he is going to be aware that there are roaches coming down, and in response to that, he has another gateway going down right now. I'm not sure if we'll see possibly him putting down a robotics facility. Yes, he is going to put down a robotics, which of course the immortals are the hard counter to roaches, so he is going to be well prepared to handle that. And it looks like still one drone from Menion in the base of bobshoemaker, trying to scout around a little bit, and there is one zealot out now chasing that drone around, trying to get it out of his base so that he can continue to tech and play. Unfortunately for him, the drone did see that robotics facility go down, so Menion will be aware of that, so he will be able to account for that with his Zergling count. Of course, when you do see immortals on the map, a good counter for those is having a good amount of Zerglings, because if you can get a quick surround on an immortal, the Zergling attack is fast, and it is low enough that it does not activate the hardened shields, so the immortals take full damage on those shields from the Zerglings, and if you have a decent amount of Zerglings, you can take down an immortal relatively quickly. Roaches, of course, taking so much damage from those immortals. It is really hard to kill immortals with only roaches, so having some Zerglings in the mix with that is definitely important. But it looks like Menion is going to be putting out a natural expansion here. And as we can see here, they are starting to build up their armies, primarily stalkers and zealots for bobshoemaker right now, and only a handful of roaches out for Menion. He does not have any Zerglings on the map right now, which I am kind of surprised to see, to be honest, since he is aware that the robotics tech is coming up right now, and I would imagine that he would assume that because of that robotics tech that there is going to be immortals on the way because of the roach warren, but he does not seem to have any Zerglings at this point in time. If we take the production overlay here, he is not not building any Zerglings either. So basically, he is going to be a roach-only army, which if the Protoss player Bob Shoemaker continues to produce Immortals, which he only has one right now and is not producing anymore, he may be able to roll over this Zerg army here pretty easily with just Immortals, because all that we've seen from the Zerg players so far is just straight roaches. But looking back at his expansion, it looks like the hatchery has finished. Only one drone building there right now, though, so at this point, the economic advantage of having that expansion up has not yet kicked in, and we do see on the production overlay here there is another Immortal building right now, and Workgate technology being researched as well. So it looks like there is going to be a roach speed upgrade here, so the roaches will have that speed advantage, and there is a Hydralisk Den going down as well. So it looks like we're going to see the Roach Hydra combo from Menion in this game. And he is actually a little bit light on his mineral line saturation, as you can see here. It looks like he only has about 10 drones mining on his minerals, in addition to the 3 in each Vespene Geyser, which typically on your minerals you want to have around 16 to 20, at least 2 per mineral field, which will give you pretty good saturation. If you have 20, that works out pretty well as well. But anything more than that, you really don't see any additional increase in the amount of resources that you pull in. But if we take a look at the income overlay here right now, we can see that despite the fact that there is an expansion, the Protoss player has kept up with the economic game, because he is mining fully saturated at his main base. He has 18 probes on the minerals there, so he of course is getting full return on his base, while the Zerg player is not. But anyways, looking back out at the Zerg player's base, he does have a spine crawler going down right now, and a few Hydras popping out as well. And Hydras, unfortunately, are also not that great against the Immortals. So this is turning out to be a very bad unit combination for the Protoss army that he is facing against right now. And one Overseer looks like is going to fly in here and risk his life to try to get a little bit of extra intel. And we do see that Bob Shoemaker has put up a Citadel, and he is also getting a Stargate right now. So it looks like he is actually going to have a very healthy tech tree with just about everything in the tech tree available to him. Right now, the biggest exception is the Fleet Beacon, which he will not be able to get until the Stargate is finished. And then he does not have any Dark Templar or High Templar tech, so we'll see if he's going to put that in the mix as well. High Templar Psystorm is very effective against Hydralisks. Not quite as effective against Roaches because they have more hit points, but with Hydralisk only having 80 hit points, that is very, very strong against them. But we do see that there is still only Roaches and Hydras from the Zerg player Menion right now. So it looks like he is not going to diversify his unit mix at all beyond these Hydras and Roaches. Once again, I would like to see him put some Zerglings in the mix, and he does not even have the speed upgrade going right now, just sticking straight to this Hydras and Roaches. So those Zerglings would actually be really crucial for taking on this these Immortals, and there are 3 Immortals in the